concept. I have listed one concept, that is in current source inverter. That is a variable frequency control from a current source. So we have compared VSI and CSI with respect to voltage source inverter. So I am going to consider here with the variable frequency control from a current source. So here we have voltage. So this is the equivalent circuit of a single phase induction motor, or just like an induction motor. So this is the stator part and the rotor part. So here the stator resistances, reactances, the mutual inductance, stator dependent rotor resistance, stator dependent rotor reactance, the stator current, and the rotor stator dependent rotor current. And these are the current that flowing through our mutual inductance. So this is some stator referred equivalent circuit of an induction motor. So here what they are going to do, they are replacing this voltage source with respect to the current source. So instead of using the voltage source, if they are using current source. So that's why we are calling it as a current variable frequency control from a current source. So instead of using the voltage source, they are using current source. So here the variable frequency current source, VFCS. VFCS, normal abbreviation VFCS ಅಂತಾನೆ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ. So this is an equivalent circuit, and here we can consider. Hello. Dell. Sorry. So here I am going to consider. Just consider the current equations and torque equations. So in the previous, in the last class, we have discussed about, last class means nothing but in the starting class, we have derived equation for current, torque, and the current that is flowing to the mutual inductance. So here just consider the stator dependent rotor current, that is IR dash. So IR dash is equals to XM IS. So how is XM IS? So this is the current that is flowing through the mutual inductance and the stator dependent current. So IR dash, that stator dependent rotor current, IR dash is equals to IS, that is flowing through the XM, or you can call it as a IM plus IR dash, that also you can use. So that divided by that R dash by S square, R dash by S square plus XM plus XR dash square. So just apply the Ohm's law. So I just apply Ohm's law. So what is Ohm's law? So V is equals to I is equals to V by R, I is equals to V by R, V is equals to I by R. Anyway, both are same. I is equals to V by R. See here, what is V? So we are using current sources. So here we are using current source. So the V is nothing but the current into resistance. The current into resistance. So that is our V. That is voltage drop across the circuit, and total impedance. That is Z plus X. So the Z is nothing but R plus X. So just use different current, the voltage drop divided by impedance circuits. So that will be given by these equations. IR dash is equals to XM IS divided by RR dash square plus XM plus XR dash whole square. I hope you people got this equation. So this is our stator dependent rotor current when we are using current source. When we are using current source in order to vary the frequency. So similarly the torque equation. So T is equals to 3 by omega ms square, IR dash square, RR dash by S. So this is on standard equation. So keep on remember this. So just keep remember this. Okay. So replace IR dash. So we have derived here IR dash. So just replace this IR dash here. Substitute this IR dash in this equation. So if we have torque, so torque is directly proportional to the current, square of the current. So keep remember this relationship. What is the relationship between current and torque? The torque is directly proportional to the square of the current, and also inversely proportional to the speed, the synchronous speed. P is equals to 3 by omega ms, IR dash square, RR dash by S. Substitute IR dash by here. So 3 by omega ms remains same. What is IR dash? XM IS, and also RR dash by S. IS square. Because of IR dash square, we have used XM square, IS square, and RR dash by S. Similarly, use RR dash by S whole square plus XM plus XR dash whole square. Okay. And what is meant by current, mutual current, the current that is flowing through the mutual inductance. So that we have to calculate the current flowing through the mutual inductance, IM. So how we are going to calculate IM? So you can use KCL at any node. So here IM is equals to the sum of current entering into the junction is equal to sum of current entering flow out of the junction. So we can use that. IM square is equals to, so this is the whole thing, RR dash by S plus XR dash whole square plus total impedance. So this is our total impedance of the circuit into, so IM square, the total impedance of the circuit into total current that is flowing, IS square. So just normalize these equations, you will get RR dash by SF square plus 2 pi LR square whole square, RR dash by SF whole square plus 2 pi LM. 2 pi LM is nothing but our omega M. So XM is equals to, X is equal to 2 pi F, omega is equals to 2 pi F, XC, XL, so like that. 2 pi LR, 2 pi. If you are using inductance, 2 pi L. If you are using capacitance, 2 pi F by C, 2 pi by C. So that is the formula that we can use. Okay. So this is the equations that we got from the current source. The current source fed to the induction motor per phase, equivalent referred to equivalent circuit for induction motor of current source. So when we are using current source, okay. Then the characteristics. So what are the main characteristics of variable frequency current source? That is, if we are going to use IS is nothing but our source current, the stator current, IS. So this is the IS. This is the current that is flowing in the circuit, IS. Okay. So for a given IS, the operation of a motor above the natural characteristics takes place for flux higher than the rated. If you are going to consider some flux, normally if you are going to build a circuit, if you are going to generate a current, there should be a flux balance between the circuit. Whenever there is a flux collapse, flux collide. So whenever there is a equal and opposite flux collapse or takes place, because of that, current will be generated by using our Faraday's laws. Okay. So if you are going to operate a motor at particular some stator current, so the natural characteristics, of that particular motor will be given only for the flux higher than the rated. If the motor is rated some value, so if you are going to draw the natural characteristics, at that time your drawn characteristics, the rated should be higher than that of the given rated current. The flux should be higher than the rated amount of your motor. Okay. So what happens? So below it at a lower than the rated. So if you are going to consider the characteristics below than the modules, then you have to consider the frequency. You are going to consider the natural characteristics below than that of the rated. So here are two options that we are getting. One is above than the rated, and one next thing is below than the rated value. So if you are going to use above than the rated value, then the flux should be high, and if you are going to use below than the rated value, the flux should be low. Okay. So these things we will observe in our natural characteristics that I will show in the next slide. Okay. And the drive, the current source drive, so which is operated to maintain the relationship between the stator current IS and rotor frequency SF. So the stator current IS and the rotor frequency SF. So for this we are going to, so the operation so the relationship between the stator current and the rotor frequency. The rotor frequency is given by SF. So this is the characteristics. So this is one characteristics. So here it is sometimes it is independent of frequency. So this drive is operated in such that we have to maintain the characteristics between the IS, the stator current, and the rotor frequency. So when frequency is changed to control the speed. So if you want to go into control the speed of any motor, at that time how it is going to affect the rotor frequency. So that we are going to analyze here. So for one particular case, now just consider the IS. So IS is minimum at rotor frequency 0. Rotor frequency SF is 0. So at that, when the rotor rotor frequency is 0, the IS will be minimum. And this is a curve-like structure. So it increases, the IS increases with increase in rotor frequency. So for the maximum value of IS, maximum value of stator current, at that time the rotor frequency will be maximum. And similarly, it will be observed in the negative characteristics also. So for the maximum negative rotor frequency, the current should be maximum, and is also gradually decreases with decrease in frequency, and gradually increases with increase in frequency. So when the operating, so normally in our operation, when you are going to operate at a constant flux, there are different conditions. So the variable flux conditions and constant flux conditions. So if you are going to consider the operation at constant flux, then the operating points which are located at the one part of the speed torque curve, so that will be given by using this module. So this is our constant torque, or you can also call it as constant flux. So here we are going to consider some different operating points on the speed torque curve. So this is our speed, this is torque. Y-axis will be given by speed, x-axis will be given by torque. So for the same flux with the different current ratings. So like that we can obtain the characteristics. So if you are going to consider the stator current at some particular point, so just like consider at some torque value. So normally all the motors starts at the same speed. This is the speed. So at torque 0, the omega m is maximum. So what does that mean? Before going to get the desired synchronous speed of any motor, the torque should, at starting the torque will be maximum. Before going to operating the machine at its rated value, always remember the torque will be maximum at starting. After getting the rated speed, thus after getting the rated speed, the torque will be goes on changes. So that relationship that we obtained using this here, and here so the drive is operated to maintain the relationship. Okay, when operating at a constant flux, the closed loop control is mandatory. Here we have two strategies: open loop control and closed loop control. So closed loop control, so that we studied in the 3 modules. One is closed loop module, closed loop speed control for VSI, closed loop speed control for CSI, and closed loop speed control for current regulated VSI. Previous classes nodidvalla. So like that we have to use closed loop control. So when you closed loop control use madadaga enagutte, motor lane use speeds where the motor will be having a speed sensor. From that speed sensor we are getting the value of speed. So these speed values will be sent to the our flux controller or slip regulators, so speed regulators, like that. So in order to compare the reference set of values and the actual speed set of values, we need closed loop control. And also in order to get the current characteristics, in order to get the current values at the terminals of your VSI or else your terminals are at the motor. So these current values will be compared in the PI with the current that is obtained by the flux controller block. So this is about the closed loop control strategy of speed control, also torque control. ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತೇನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ 2 days 3 days ನಾವೇನು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದಲ್ಲ ದಟ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ದಟ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ ಲೂಪ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್, so it is mandatory, and the steady state behavior is identical to that of a voltage variable frequency voltage sources. So ನೀವು variable frequency voltage source strategy use ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, so this is similar to the behavior of your motor at steady state. So steady state ಅಲ್ಲಿ motor behavior ಯಾವ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೋ same behavior ನಾವು V of Vs use ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. V of Vs is nothing but our variable frequency voltage source. Variable frequency voltage source. So at a given speed, at a given slip speed, so the motor always draws at a constant current, and also it develops a constant torque at all frequency. So that we can observe here. So the motor draws a constant current and also develops a constant torque. Develops constant torque at all frequencies. So all frequencies is nothing but at all speeds. The speed is directly dependent with the frequency and also torque. So at all frequency or nothing but at all speed or at all frequency. So what happens here? So the torque that is developed is constant at maximum speed. So this is our natural characteristics. So that I have already told. So at all the speed, at all the frequencies, the speed will be maximum the torque will be maximum at maximum speed. So this is the characteristics. So based upon the stator current, so they are mentioned three different characteristics, three different stator currents, IS1, IS2, IS3. So if you are going to consider the IS1, so here the torque will be considered till this point. So the speed will be automatically get lowered at a lesser amount of torque values. So like this, at maximum speed, the maximum torque will be occurred, and as speed decreases, the torque is also going to decrease, and at some value it will be 0. So this is not continuous characteristics. So this is a curve-like structures, Brasting curve-like structures. Okay, and the motor. So the motor operates at a constant torque mode from 0 to base speed value. So what's that mean? So here normally the motors. So these are the different motors. So these motors operates at a constant torque. So this is our constant torque values. So at constant torque values, so the motor will be operate at constant torque mode from 0 to base speed. So this is our 0 speed, and this is our base speed, or also you can call it as a synchronous speed. So at this value, till this value, the motor is operated at constant torque. So just looks like a constant, slight difference will be there. These are the constant torque values. So at synchronous speed, or also you can call it as at base speed, what happens? The machine that they are going to use, which is operating the voltage, is reached at VFCS, variable frequency current source, variable frequency voltage source. So at base speed, so either rated machine voltage is reached. So what happens here at rated or base speed or at a synchronous speed? Either rated machine voltage is reached, or else what happens? The VFCS voltage will be saturated. So voltage is reaches to maximum machine rated value, or else the variable frequency current source voltage will be saturated. So in these two cases, the constant terminal voltage above the base speed, is providing a constant power mode. So when we are getting a constant power mode, whenever the machine is operated at a constant terminal voltage which is above than the base speed value. So at some base speed value. So So for example, if the machine is taken at as a 1200 RPM as a base speed value. So if the value of the voltage at 1200 RPM is the base speed voltage value. So in order to get the constant power mode, so what happens at some particular applications, the machine need to operate at a constant power mode. So constant power mode is nothing but, even though the changes in the value of the voltage or current takes place, the machine should be operated at the maximum power values, constant power values, not maximum, constant power values. So if you are interested to operate such motors at constant power mode, you have to operate the motors such that these values, the voltage values should be more than that of the voltage values at rated RPM. So at the base speed RPM. So simple concept ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನೀವು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪವರ್ ಮೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ಮೋಟರ್ನ ಆಪರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್, ಸೊ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಏನು ತಗೊಂತೀರಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ the voltage values which are operating the motor at base speed value. So for example, take V1. So V1 is the voltage that applied to our motor, and motor at that time rotated at constant base speed. So if you want to operate at constant power mode, then you have to apply the voltage which is more than V1. So if you are going to consider that as a V2, then V2 should be more than V1 for operating the motor at constant power mode. Okay. So the constant power mode. So here the variable frequency current supply, so that will be provided by current source inverter. So here I have not mentioned. So this variable frequency current control from a current source. So this variable frequency current supply. So this current supply that will be provided by CSK, current source inverter. Okay. So this is about variable frequency current from a current source. So I will just brief about single phase induction motor. See, single phase induction motor is not included in your syllabus, but I have to give some basic concept because I have to solve some problems on that. So for that I will show some characteristics. Okay. So this is equivalent circuit, the same equivalent circuit for single phase motor as well as three phase motor. Okay, that's the first concept. And here the equivalent circuit, so the same equivalent circuit ನಾನು ಈಗ ತೋರಿಸಿನಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಕರ್ವ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So the stator resistance, stator reactance, and these are our mutual inductance. So this is the value XM. XM ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, part ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. They have made it into two part. So first part is for forward field and the second part is for backward field. If the motor is operating at a forward field, then at that time this circuit will be operating. So same thing, XR was there, XS is also there, XR dash is also there, XM is also there. Only difference is they have made one XM into half XM. So same XM. So same XM na one part to forward field, second part na backward field ಗೆ ಅಂತ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Okay. So XM, one XM is divided into 0.5 XM. One XR dash is divided into 0.5 XR dash. Similarly, one RR dash by S is divided into 0.5 RR dash by S. Okay. So actually this is the concept. So when the machine is when the current is flowing through the forward field. So example, when the current is flowing through RS, XS, 0.5 XR dash, 0.5 RR dash by S, and then. So at that time, the characteristics, the speed torque characteristic will be like this. So dotted ideyala. So this dotted is called as forward. This dotted. So at maximum base speed, that is called as your omega m. So the actual torque, the characteristic starts at omega m. So from this omega m, as the torque increases, speed also increases after reaching some particular value. after reaching some maximum torque value, automatically speed starts decreasing. So when the speed starts decreasing, the torque is also starts decreasing. So this is the nature of our induction motor. This is the nature of our induction motor. So this is the characteristics of our speed torque for forward field. So at forward field, the current, the circuit will be like this. So this part will be not applicable. Okay. So next. So after the forward field, the next thing is reverse field. So motor is here, the single phase induction motor is operating in two fields. One is at forward field and the other is at the backward field. So here in the forward field, this is the characteristics, and in the backward field. So in the backward field, the slip will be 2 minus s. So this also I have told while explaining the equivalent circuit in the first class. In the first class I have explained. So why it is s and why it is 2 minus s. Okay, so I have to consider 2 minus s. Consider 2 minus s. Same thing, circuit will be similar. So first half forward field ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದೆ, next half ನಮಗೆ backward field ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ backward field ಅಲ್ಲಿ next half ನ ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So by using this, the circuit will be, the motor will be operated in the backward field. So okay, so this is the characteristics of our induction motor, the speed torque characteristics when the motor is operating at the backward field. Okay, so similar to the positive response, this is at the negative response. This is at the negative response. So even though at the positive response, at the positive field, it's at the negative field. So here the speed torque characteristics. So whenever the torque is 0, the speed will be maximum. So this is your one point that you people might get in your competitive exams. So in your SSC JEE exams or in a state KPTCL, KPCL exams, you will get one bit. So what is the condition of, so when we are going to get the maximum speed, or also you can get when you are going to get the maximum torque. So you will get the maximum speed at 0 torque. That is at starting condition. The starting of the motor, the current will be maximum. So for that, the torque will be maximum. So initial torque will be 0. Because of the maximum current, maximum speed will be there. So for that purpose only we are using starters, different starters. So why we are using starters? Because at the starting, the current will be maximum, the voltage will be maximum. If you suddenly pass this high amount of current, the windings may be collapsed, get burned. So for that purpose, we are using starters in order to limit the starting current. So forget about leave that part. So this is our backward field part. So if you are going to consider net by combining forward field and backward field, if you are going to consider for net, and this is your characteristics. So combining forward path and negative path, the curve will be like this. This is your net torque. Okay, this is enough. We'll discuss the remaining thing in the next. We have some characteristic equations. So what is slip, or how the slip will be there, backward field speed, rotor speed, and some equations. So these equations will be asked for numericals. Okay, so that's enough. And one more thing is speed control. So now in a 3-phase induction motor use madidwala, similar to that single phase induction motor also speed control strategy. By that we will complete the induction motor concept. So that we will discuss in the next session. So if you want to ask anything, please do ask. In concept clear aitala ivattu. So we are used